Hey guys, welcome to Road to GM. Rivals was my first hero shooter, so each season has been about learning, improving, and pushing my limits to improve my peak range each season. In this series, I'll break down my comp game, share the decisions behind my plays, and figure out what it takes to climb all the way to the top of Marvel Rivals, starting with Grandmaster. So, being a Magic main in Season 3's Flyer meta was rough, so I decided to focus on putting some Hitscan characters in my bag. So this replay is actually one of my last comp matches of Season 3, and the big question is, was I forcing Hitscan when I should have switched sooner? I don't know, let's get it. So one of those characters that I did add was Hela. Usually I pick her over Phoenix on defense because Phoenix is more brawly. And then also, Magik is kind of weaker on defense, although it generally works, but she's a lot more comp dependent. So I usually at least start with Hela and see how things go. And then, so of course, using Hela, starting up on high ground, always like to throw out that little, L2 just to get a little scare on people as they come out. And at this point, I kind of just like to sit up top and just kind of poke as long as I can, as long as they let me stay up here. Usually I end up having to get down because I'll need to get heals, and healers don't really look up at this rank, but until then, it's needed as the other team. So I just keep throwing out my stun, keep trying to slow them down, keep poking, especially while I know I got a Venom that's in there just causing chaos, and I'm just trying to secure kills as he's weakening them. Of course, Punisher sets up, and it's one of the things she's good at is throwing her little blades in order to blow up his turret. So, of course, this is what I mean. And now I'm dropping down on low ground in order to get heals. And at this point now, I usually like to play close to the healers so that they can see me, but behind the tanks just so I can just shoot over their shoulders and try and pick people in the head. The only catch with this strategy is a little risky because she doesn't have the mobility to get out of trouble. And so as soon as things start breaking down like this is usually what happens, which is why positioning is very, very important. And I'm still kind of getting used to that with these hit scan characters. But, yeah. Oh well. So now here's the one place where Hela really does kill me is these are the worst rollouts in the game. Is literally just a stroll. So anyway, as I come up here, I see that the card is close to the next checkpoint. I'm not really going to do anything, so I'm just poking, waiting for one of my tanks to really try to put some pressure, and it's doing what I do best, which is come in and secure a couple kills, especially before they can get in the ult. So now, even though they ulted, they're still at a disadvantage since we got 2 picks right off the bat. So at this point, if we can just survive through this one, we can win this fight. Now, unfortunately, we didn't get any more picks after this, and now I hear this ult. And everybody knows when this happens, you just take cover. There's nothing you can do. So I just kind of float around the cart so I can keep touching, keep it from moving. And then as soon as his ult's over, so is he. Now, again, at this point, they got the checkpoint, so I just don't want to die. So I'm going to see if I can get a couple picks, slow them down, regroup with my team as best I can. Because I know I'm going to get so much value in this match because Strange is going to be trying to block my ult. So, like I said, just trying to get back to my team. And as I back up, here's a mistake I made. Again, not used to playing a character without that mobility. I should have went straight for the corner instead of slowly keep trying to poke damage, and I got caught slacking. So that's what happens. So again, this fast roll out of spawn. So there's a very underrated skill below gold. Just shooting squirrel goals. Oh, like just shoot it, it dies. Done. So I just use my bird form just to make sure I don't get caught. But unfortunately, I did still get caught. So that kind of sucks. So this is actually where I made a big mistake, was using my bird form to come out of spawn. So that's my only mobility, and I should have seen that the cart was close to the end. So as soon as I pop out of spawn, the whole team's there, and I have no way to escape. So that was definitely in my bad. And this is why paying attention is very, very important. Before you do anything, don't waste cooldowns at a spawn if you're going straight into a fight like that. So now this time, I know that they're on the opposite. I'm a little traumatized at this point, so I'm just going to take my time walking. So again, underrated skill, shoot squirrel grills ult. It gets no value if it's dead. So again, just playing the corner, playing behind my thing, kind of sucks. There's no shield for me to be behind, but again, I'm just gonna poke as best I can. I see they dropped ult, so of course get on high ground. So now I can start to keep poking damage. Hope I can build up my ult, wait this out, and maybe pick off anybody that gets out of position like this Mag. So, and Squirrel Girl, I don't know what she was thinking. So she's gonna lose that fight 9 times out of 9. So at this point, we're at the end. We just have to touch. I'm hoping that my team can stay on it, and I can use my ult to maybe clear them out right here, because I know they just used their Hela ult, and do the best we can. Luckily, I came down right after that Agamotto, but still, nothing left we could do. He took out the rest of the team. It's just me and Thing doing the best we can. Venom's just doing Venom stuff, so, you know, does he really count? Once again, Squirrel Girl ult gets no value if you shoot it. It should not still be going. But anyway, so I'm doing my job, which is to shoot everybody and just try and push them back. So luckily, I don't know how we won that fight, but we did. So this was actually another mistake I think I just made. So after we pushed them back, knowing that we have a Thing and a Venom that are diving, not real frontline tanks, I shouldn't have backed up the way I did. I probably should have went and took some kind of flank or off angle somewhere, especially somewhere up high, because then I could have been coming up behind them right now, causing a whole bunch of havoc. But instead, I get caught in the back because our tanks are diving, and instead I get dove by their tanks. So really at this point, honestly, I think I probably should have switched at least off of Hela, especially when one of our tanks switched off of Strange. So having a Venom and a Thing, the way they were playing against a comp like theirs, it probably would have made sense to do Magik, because then I could have been diving with them and then securing kills off of between Thing's stun and Venom's chaos. I probably could have did a lot more there. So luckily, I did kind of communicate to my team here too. It was on comms. I was kind of letting everyone know, hey, I saw how the end of that round went. I'm going to take Magik. I'm going to try and just bully their back line because they're sitting back there for free. So, yeah, let my team kind of go out and start to engage, and then I come up on top, and I'm just going high ground looking for whoever's in the back out of position. So, first thing I do is I know Punisher's usually by himself with his turret, so I go for him first. Unfortunately, he'd already moved, but you know, I'm doing what I do best, which is causing my own chaos. So something you'll see, notice I'll do a lot, is whenever I use my dash, it's usually either dashing towards my team, so that way if I miss, I'm not caught in the back line with no escape, or I'm using it as a kind of last second secure kill on a low health hit somebody. So again here, all I'm doing is keep coming off of an angle and just kind of help bully off an off angle on the front line. I noticed my tanks were getting bullied a lot, so I'm just trying to help them brawl a little bit, keep them off, wait for my chance in order to take an off angle to get somebody. One of the best things about Magik's kit is the versatility. So, like I said, use the dash, kind of secure the kill on somebody. Bad thing is, Magik is not a tank, so yes, I can kind of brawl on the front line, but as soon as she's CC'd, a lot of times that's it. So you gotta really be careful. The good thing is she has a rollout. I can actually get back to the fight. So anyway, once again, I'm just kind of waiting it out, kind of finding my spot, waiting for somebody to get out of position like this rocket, and boom. So again, I forced him off high ground. I made him move his B-lock RB, so I take that as a win. So again, I'm just down here with my demon causing chaos, especially on a Strange ult. The demon is great for that because it can hit both people because it has such a wide AoE damage. But really, so far, so good. I think this has probably been a better choice from the beginning because the way I'm able to just kind of run free because they don't have any real long range poke to stop me, and I am able to just kind of play in their back line. Their Punisher has been, I guess, occupied because that's the first time he's hit me with a shotgun. So that's his fault. I'll still take that one shotgun to the face. Things could be worse. So again, Squirrel Girl out of position, don't know what she's thinking. Even if I don't hit this kill, she's not really helping her team way back there. And even if she kills anybody, this is our spawn. So again, awareness. It was just free kills for us. So at this point, I hear strange inner rocket. Oh, there's really nothing we're going to be able to do about that, especially with a turret on top of the cart. So I just have to wait for my team to respawn, for us to regroup, and then it's my turn. Again, I'm not even looking for get kills. I'm just looking to kind of get attention. Unfortunately, that was bad target priority. I should have went around to the other side of the cart, away from the Punisher, and the one person that can actually kill me through my ult that fast. So at this point, this is one of those times where I really should have just took a beat and try to check. So I know they just use rocket ult, so I know they only have one healer ult coming, but we have two. So now they just use one, we just countered. So technically, if we can kite this out, we have a second healer ult, so that way we should be able to win this fight if we need that to win. Again, right there, that's a mistake on my part. I meant to drop the demon, and I accidentally had swipe, which put me into the whirl. Again, I don't know what she was thinking, because I was going to come eventually. So again, at this point, I'm not trying to do anything crazy. I'm just trying to hold position, kind of keep this line. Again, you see, there's no tanks around me, so it's kind of on me to kind of hold this front as best I can while I'm brawling. Get Mag off of the high ground, push him into my Venom. Again, he's by himself. There's not much Mag is going to do when he's by himself for me, because I'm too fast. But as soon as his team comes, again, that was my fault for overextending. I lost track of how long everyone had been dead. I should have known they were respawning. It would have been back to get me before I could kill him. So again, at this point, I can feel the pressure kind of putting on. I know my other DPS isn't securing a lot of kills. I don't want to lose our momentum. So at this point, I feel like I'm kind of forcing the issue a little bit. I do like going over to this side and waiting and setting up. Unfortunately, as I've just been saying, my front line keeps falling apart. So as great as it is to take these kind of flanks at this point, it probably would have been better for me to play more with my team, because even when I'm securing these kills on the back line, it's not really resulting in us winning the team fight, because my team is still losing that 5-on-5 before I can even get back. So it would have made more sense for me to stay close, because again, I did all that with Squirrel Girl. My team made no progress over on this side. So stuff like this is probably going to be a lot more helpful. I should have been playing off of the Venom like this, because again, I don't get shot by Punisher if he's trying to shoot Venom, and it works out much better for me. Alright, and then here we go a second time. I know we just counted their healer ult. Rocket's already used his, so we should win the fight because we have another healer ult. And unfortunately, their Magik decided to go LeBron and just dunk on everybody. So unfortunately, we just lost that fight and our healer ult advantage. So again, should take a beat. Remember now, they are up one healer ult to our 0, and knowing our Strange is the only way for us to portal back, and he got extended, I had to kind of push my ult and just stall for as much time as I can for my team to get there. It's the one thing that this is good for. But again, overextended, trying too hard to make a play, and there's nothing I'm going to do against the Punisher turret, especially when their whole team is behind me. So overall, I do think I stayed on the Hela for just a little too long, especially when I noticed that we didn't really have a front line anymore. My best plays were going to be from flanks, and with the team comp that they were running, it probably would have been better for me to pick a more mobile character. So Magik probably would have done great abusing their backline, at least keeping them busy long enough for my tanks to be able to make some more plays, which is what we kind of started out in the second round. But unfortunately, I started to overextend a little too much. I kept trying to make the home run play instead of playing with my team. And as you can see, even though I can take a flank and win my one-on-one, if my team loses the 5-on-5, then it doesn't even matter what I did. So times like that, it's probably better for me to be brawling on the front line with my tanks a little bit more and just kind of picking off people as they get out of position, which is one of Magic's specialties. So I guess the answer to the question is yes. I guess I did stay on Hitscan a little too long. That's it for this episode of Road to GM. You don't have to be a pro to get better. I'm not chasing perfection, just improvement, and that's what this series is all about. Road to GM is my marathon for part-timers, parents, and anyone tired of the whole get good mindset. Got tips, thoughts, or questions? Drop them in the comments. Let's keep learning together. Thanks for watching.